Hi there! We're going to learn today about what happens when I take a balloon and use it to try to separate salt and pepper, or at least pick them up. So for starters, we already know that electrons and protons are what have the positive and negative charge in an atom. So the protons in the center have a positive charge, and the electrons, which are all over the place around the atom, they have the negative charge. But overall, the atom will be neutral unless it is an ion. So ions would have a positive or negative charge. So if an atom gains extra electrons, that would become a negative ion because it has extra negative charge. And the opposite would be true if it lost electrons. So in the case of sodium chloride, which is table salt, we have an ionic bond. So we have chloride has extra electron and sodium has lost an electron, and together they're attracted because they're opposite. You know that opposite charges attract. So the goal of this experiment is to discover what happens when I take my balloon. I always knew I had fuzzy hair for a reason. We're going to find out what happens when I take this balloon, and basically what I'm doing here is I'm ripping electrons out of my hair, which is why my head feels funny right now, and I'm putting them onto the balloon. And that will give the balloon, you guessed it, a negative charge. And we'll see if we can pick up some salt or pepper with that charge. Looks like it's about equal salt and pepper. And the reason this works is because substances can be polarized. So we have salt and pepper, which are neutral, and then we have this big negatively charged balloon. But within each tiny pepper or salt particle, we can have a polarization. You can see there in the middle, the pepper or salt particle has all the positive charge on one end and all the negative charge on the other end. So that's actually what is happening inside the salt and pepper that is being picked up. So since the balloon has a negative charge, the salt or pepper particle has its positive charge toward the balloon and the negative charge sticking out. Don't know if you probably can't see it on there, but there's the salt and pepper. And when you look very closely, you can actually see some of the particles are standing on end, especially the very tall ones. There's a piece of pepper that is standing on its end. It's being polarized, which is so cool. I have not been able to get enough charge yet to pick up some of these big pieces. Let's try again. Gotta get more electrons. The other thing that makes a difference between what salt and pepper do is that salt has more mass than pepper, and mass is just the amount of matter. Aha, we're getting some big pieces now. So since pepper has less mass, it's lighter, it can be picked up more easily. Although I am finding that since the salt pieces here are so small, they're picking up just about as easily as the pepper. So it would be really interesting to find out what happens when you use salt and pepper that are the same size exactly. Then you'll really notice that even though they're the same size, you would have the pepper pieces pick up a lot easier. Anyway, well, that's all for now, folks.